Here we go.
Hi,
How are you?
Good.
I'm Mark.
Good. Chrissy, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Hello,
Nick,
how are
nice
you?
to meet you.
Hi, Chrissy, nice to
Nice to
meet
see
you.
you. How
I
are you,
love
buddy?
hot moms too.
Well, my son,
Oh,
there's
okay.
a YouTuber, Daddy Duncan, that puts. The best was his tutor came over, and I'm sitting there. He had another shirt he gave me. It said, because this one I thought, well, that's funny. You can't really see it. I wear it to school. I'm a single dad. And the shirt said, "Do milfs, not drugs." And I thought, he's 10. I thought that's a pretty good anti-drug message. I'm sober. I didn't know what milfs meant. I swear by life. And I went to the tutor sitting across the street. Really nice woman. She goes, "Oh, that's a cute shirt." I go, Jack's got it. Jack's got it for me. It's fine. She goes, "milfs, huh?" I go, "Yeah, mothers that are middle-aged or something, like middle-aged women." She goes, "No, that's not what it stands for." And then she said, right, straight up, "Mothers I want to fuck." So I'd been wearing that shirt, so you got to be careful.
It'd be better for Dare if they had that as a say.
Right? Yeah, why not? There you go, Nick. So, how excited are you for people to see this project? Like, how long has it been in the works? I mean, we've only seen, like, the one trailer that's kind of hasn't been released, but has been released.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I don't know how long it's been in the works. I went over to Brian's office one day to talk to him about another project that we were working on. And he said, "Hey, we're doing this comedy thing. Would you be interested in, being a part of it?" I said, "Yeah, sure." Not thinking, that I wouldn't go anywhere. And I read in the trades that I was cast in this part.
That's funny.
While I was working on another show
Yeah.
in Pittsburgh, and so I was like, "Great, give me the scripts," and so I had to film myself in my apartment because I'm on Zoom.
Okay.
So all of my stuff is.
Yeah, you're so lucky. I just sat in the office, so it's basically my idea.
Yeah, so I had to do that.
I'd love to film everything in my house.
Yeah,
that'd be great.
Jesus.
Right.
It was fun. It was fun. I've never done that before. And I mean, they did have to cut it down a bit, right, from the 30 minutes to 20 something. So I'm not sure what they've lost in the meantime, but I'm anxious to see what it looks like. I'm anxious to see what the final.
A lot of people, they were
version
very happy to be there. I noticed, that much like with you, they'd reach out and said, "Hey, we want to do this thing." I go, "Oh yeah, is it gonna be SAG?" 'Cause I'm like, a lot of people want to do a lot of things. They go, "Yeah, it's gonna be low, but okay. All right, well, let me know when it's a real deal, and then I'll, try to make this work." And it was they filmed it, shot my part at one of the big studios that I've worked at a bunch. So that was cool. Like it seemed legit. Although I got lost trying to get out of Warner Brothers. I mean, it's so at night, like drove around. Like it seemed like it was an easy way to get out that gate 4 or whatever, but it was closed.
No,
and I had to drive around. I thought this is the creepiest thing. It's just me here driving around, seeing this. And then eventually somebody on a golf cart escorted me. But I was genuinely lost. I think I know
I'm
everything.
not supposed to be in this area.
My memory is not, like I think the other side of that stuff. But, it's, I'm shocked when anything goes. People talk about a lot of things. These guys are solid guys, though. But you never know. You never know. And then you do. And then, that we're sitting here.
I mean, normally from the time somebody pitches something to you to the time it actually gets up on a screen somewhere, a lot of time passes.
Yeah.
And very little time has passed.
Yeah.
I mean, I was filming this stuff in my apartment while I was doing another show, so that was in December.
Yeah, that's when I first heard that. I go, when did you film? I go, I'm going to go somewhere with the kids, and they go, when? I go, December 22nd. They go, okay, we'll do it right before. I mean, it was like quick, like you.
Yeah.
I go, wow, that would be great.
And then I was like, I've got some ideas to improvise some stuff. He's like, well, we've already shot the other scenes.
Yeah.
So you pretty much have to stick to what's written. I was like, okay.
But it would be fun to do more. I have to tell you, because now,
right.
I was just figuring out who's who, kind of doing the, and it would be fun to you know.
I heard that they have more planned. That's kind of
Everybody has more planned.
Okay.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I certainly hope so.
Yeah.
If I know Brian, he does. He usually knows the answers at the back of the book.
So I know, like with a 20-minute format, you know, I feel like nowadays people's attention spans has gotten a lot
Well,
shorter.
young people for sure, like
yeah.
my
Oh,
kids.
yeah.
I mean,
You know, they're right. It is.
and like they want that really quick, like instantaneous everything. But it's also something that it is good because somebody can sit and kind of binge this almost in like
Yeah.
you know a couple
Sure.
days and go,
Yeah.
hey, like, but then they're hungry for more right
Yeah.
away. So
Right.
yeah, I guess it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
So.
That's good. It's like, you know, Arnold show, Fubar, which I did, and they go, it's going to be out May 1. And I go, okay, then what? When's my episode? That's what I want to watch. No, it's all out at once. I'm like, shit. And I did find myself binging it. And I do that with the documentary series. They're very smart, you know, how they keep you, you know, you get a little worn out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it even bothers us as reviewers because I'll end up seeing an entire season,
Yeah.
and then when it comes out, I have nothing to watch, and we
Yeah.
can't talk about it, so I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
I can't share anything.
Right.
I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
so
I
I'm
do
like,
like that you would have the opportunity to see more than the pilot.
Right.
You know, that because reviewers have to do a kind of a leap of faith, like what is this going? And if you can see more, it seems like it would be better to, I don't know.
I guess there's good and bad to it. I mean, there's something to the anticipation of waiting on pins and needles from that cliffhanger to see the next episode.
Yeah.
But then, you know, I've sort of become accustomed now to like, oh, I get to watch 10 episodes now. I don't have to wait.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm gonna sit in my pajamas all day, and that's what I'm gonna do.
I
Yeah.
like watching them and be like, oh, I didn't watch them, and then when it goes on, just jump up. Oh, I knew that scene, you know.
Of
And
course.
yeah.
people are like, oh.
So, what is your hopes that fans will kind of take away from this? I mean, obviously there's comparisons to The Office, but it's different at the same time. I mean,
I like The Office. I like both of those a lot.
Yeah.
You know, I'd hate to be compared to that because that's a big. The Office, it didn't even want to be compared to The Office. But you know, you hope it's casual, and you hope. Okay, you'll have Sasha take you out. Okay, when she gets out, honey. No, she won't take an hour, I don't think. She does go to the bathroom. I think she hides out from you guys. Sasha's my assistant. She's my assistant here. You know, you hope, you know, and it keeps forming into something, you know.
It would be nice if it could be something like, become a classic like that, you know, and make people laugh. And make people laugh at the industry, too. I mean, we are taking sort of archetypes that I think a lot of people view. A lot of people have a view of Hollywood that is not true, but sort of true at the same time, right? I mean, there are these types of characters, desperate, narcissists, grandiose characters, and we might as well take it and make fun of it, and hope other people find it.
And grandiose is fine. It's when they're mean, you know. But also, I come from a small town in Iowa, so every time it's still when I drive by the Beverly Hills Hotel, and I lived behind it for a long time. I'm like, I still can't get over it. Like you see these images of Hollywood in Iowa on a black and white screen or whatever, and you're like, holy shit. And now I'm standing here, and this is, you know, whatever, you know. I'm sure there were bad people, whatever, but man, it's a great place to have our dreams come true, you know.
We can't mention past shows, can we? We can't mention we can't mention past shows.
Past shows,
Yes,
yeah.
past.
No current.
No current or
like,
stuff
current.
like
coming
The
out.
Offer to me represents like the best and most interesting of Hollywood that has to offer, and this is a lampooning of other caricatures that sort of exist in Hollywood at the same time.
Absolutely. I mean, we mentioned Iowa. We're from Delaware. And so
Oh, yeah,
just
yeah.
Even,
Trust me,
Like
it's
sitting here at Comic-Con and knowing that, as a publication, we're like, hey, we've made it to San Diego Comic-Con. It's like crazy. Okay.
Buffalo Bill, man, I love that show. Remember that with Dabney Coleman? Oh God, that was such a good, because he was the first sort of unlikable lead, but it was so great.
He was very good at being unlikable.
He was very good at it. 9 to 5 and other stuff. Wow.
Is there anything in particular you could share with us about your characters in this series that stand out, or you're excited for fans to
Thomas's
see?
son got to be my son.
Okay.
Yeah. My son, of course, wants to get in on it next time, but no, he doesn't. If I asked you, he'd be like, no. My daughter would. He won't even take a picture with me. But, they're archetypal characters, but, there's extra weirdness is what I like.
I love weird.
Yeah, you too.
I love weird, and I don't often get a chance to do comedy. There's funny things in the things that I do, but I don't often get to do something that you would classify as a comedy. So it's nice to be a part of something like that, and I hope we get to expand it even more. Riff off each other and be live with each other.
Yeah, with these Silicon Valley assholes getting into the entertainment business, they're such a weird, Elon Musk and these other guys that are like, we know how to do this. We know what's funny. We know what's... And there is that weirdness of super, super rich people who are super intelligent, trying to, take over these entertainment business. It's extra weird.
Which is proof that intelligence doesn't transfer across.
No, it absolutely doesn't.
Across jobs.
Well, and by the way, if we had $200 billion, I don't know about you, but I wouldn't feel the need to make people laugh or get on by a social media company so I'd be like, this is pretty great. I'm a genius. I created rockets. That's enough for me.
I'm good. I'm
good.
Sit back and do my thing.
Yeah, I'm not going to mix it up with the little people.
Humans are insatiable. I think I'd go for some kind of human longevity thing. Like I just try to make it. I'd invest in something that would enable humans to live 130, 140 years.
But that's expensive.
Would you do that if you could?
Yeah, but that's expensive. Think of the insurance.
Yeah.
My kid told me that they heard at school they would live to be 120, their generation. And they said, what about you? I said, again, that seems very, very expensive. I'm happy for today.
And they didn't have to go through the 70s either.
Yeah, that's true.
Wait, did you?
No.
No. I know. What the fuck are you talking about?
I read
What do you know about the 70s?
Yeah.
The 70s were interesting.
I can't even say anything. I wasn't there. 80s, so we're good.
I read about the 70s. There you go.
But no, it is cool to see that you are doing some comedy with this too. And I think, there's some great comedies out there, but there's also a lot of serious. I think we need to laugh now. Like we need to let loose and
there's so much with the politics right now.
That's what
that's just
I just want something
toxic.
fun. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, Jeff Daniels has a theater company back in Minnesota, and he's determined that for the next 2 years they will do nothing but comedies there. And I couldn't agree more.
So we need
to fucking laugh.
Yes.
Especially in the next, it's 2023, 2024, I envision it as being a horrendously chaotic year.
It's going to be,
A shitstorm?
I thought we made it to 2020. I thought, well, people kind of spoke up. Okay, that part's over. But no, it's
still going
They're
down.
going to go off a cliff together, apparently. But it is, and it was hard with Trump because people, I've known Trump for 40 years. He thinks he is funny, too. So when you got a politician, a leader out there having these routes, he's doing his greatest hits, and they're just awful, but it's hard for comedians. You go, what do you talk about? How do you, this is the guy, when the president thinks he's the main comedian with the act, and, it was a weird vibe for comedy, and how do you make fun of that guy, but not how do you be fair? And then now we realize, there's no fair.
Yeah, I think in 2020 we collectively lost our sense of humor and our ability to laugh at ourselves and each other, and you know what? That's okay. It's good to do that. It's healthy to do that, and we learn doing that. It's not mean. It's actually how we learn.
Well,
And this show does that.
I feel like everybody's so triggered by absolutely everything now. I mean, it doesn't matter what particular group it is in general, but you have to watch every little thing, or else you're completely blacklisted. This, that, the other.
Well,
becomes...
you don't. I mean, there's people that genuinely deserve to be blacklisted.
Yes,
there's people that fuck
yeah.
up and are canceled. And I want to say this: the conservatives talk about the liberals' cancel culture. They cancel everything. They want to cancel Disney and Bud Light and just really show. But I think you make your way. You do what you got to do. I have the luxury of going. I'm a single dad. I go every day. Okay, this is what's important here. I could get as triggered as somebody else, but I'm also able to have fun with it. People are just. And I say to my kids, don't be on social media if you could get your feelings hurt on social media.
Yeah,
That's
Those
Very
people aren't
true.
real, and it's kind of funny how. To me, I'll see a bunch of nice comments about something. I'll see a bunch of some really shitty ones. I gravitate towards those. I go, I gotta figure out a way to make
Do
that.
you fire back at your
Always.
I do. So now
I have time.
I've taken 2 weeks off of Twitter, so
That's fine.
this is my second
So
day.
pent up
This is
rage.
my second day, but I
Like,
do.
oh.
I hate bullies. Like from the
Yeah.
time I've been, I did martial arts. I boxed and all that stuff. From the time I was a kid, I've always been a bit of a sheepdog. I hate bullies.
Yeah, that's something.
I
I'm with
hate
you.
them, and so when I see them online, I feel sort of compelled to be like,
Oh yeah.
all right, especially when I see them beating up on people who I actually know. to
Yeah,
some
yeah. You got to
degree,
defend your buddies.
and they're a little bit defenseless, or they have real trauma in their lives
Yeah.
that makes
Yeah.
them very fragile. I tend to attack. I tend to go on the attack. So
Yeah, no, that's good for you. It's good.
well, it's not in the sense that it just in the schoolyard when they hit the bully, they leave you alone.
Yep.
Or at least they know you mean business. In the Twitterverse, when
So I should get
they
you.
pile on. It's like an encouragement. It's like a lot of.
But let me say this. So I've also found this. There's been people that just kept, and what I've done is I tracked them, not dox them, but we figure out where their server is, where they might want friends to do. And every time I confronted them or called their house or whatever, they've been very sad. And they're like, I'm a huge fan of yours, Mr. Arnold.
Wait! You've called their house.
Oh yeah. I love this. Yeah. We had a guy when I was at Vice. He had a guy that showed up at the the Nazi rally, and then beat up him and his buddies beat up some black kids. We got somebody got their pictures, and everybody's trying to figure out. One guy worked at Home Depot in Atlanta, and nobody knew that he was he had a part-time life as a American Nazi who are. The worst Nazis, the dumb, and this is probably illegal, but the guy from the hacker got into the cameras at the Home Depot in Atlanta, outside of Atlanta.
This is a movie.
And I can see. He said, we can see. I see the guy. I call. I said I need to speak to him right away. I called the Home Depot. He gets on the phone. I go, listen. Everybody in the world is going to know, including Home Depot, if you do that again. It's public now. It's all public record because you're shit. You're going to lose your job. And he goes, "How do you get this number?" I go, "I am looking at you. I will tell you what you have on right this second. You have a blue shirt with this and this." And he was. I don't know if he quit, but I never heard because I also, there's some people that were from Iowa that they had this secret life of doing this. And, so eventually some of these people start getting outed, which they should. But I felt like this guy's like, okay, I think I'm at the end. Because some guys are just dumb shits that want to be part of a club. And it's the worst club ever.
Yeah.
But you see that. So, that was, but I also tracked on some of this one. And he was so sad. He's like, I'm a huge fan of Mr. Arnold. And I do think they want to make a connection. I think if they think, I'm going to just jab this guy, and the greatest thing in my life will be if he responds back to me.
Attention.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I'm aware of that, too, and I still do it sometimes.
That's so.
I got that guy. I know, but
I
it's
can't
sad.
believe you did that.
Yeah.
You're my new hero.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that
love
should be on a
that.
shirt.
Yeah.
It's
I can't tell you how.
if you started doing that, it would be your whole job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually did the opposite to this really mean dude. He was being mean to this very fragile girl that I know, and I was like, "Tell you what, I'm going to be at this con in Pittsburgh. There's an MMA gym. I'm out."
Oh, I love that.
I said, "I'll meet you there." He's like, "I don't want. It would be elder abuse." I'm like, "I'll fly you
that's
out.
hilarious.
I'll fly you out."
We have to switch over.
Anyway, okay.
Thank you.
We're going to
That was
do the
great.
photos first, and